Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a new health clinic opens up in one eastern Kentucky city, giving more people access to medical attention. And people across the region take some time to give thanks to veterans who served our country.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, 4:59 a.m. Jim Freeman here. Glad you're here as well on this Monday, May 23rd. Been swapping some yawns with Brandon Robinson this morning. Brandon, we need that extra cup of coffee.
Yes, sir, indeed. It's been a kind of a long weekend and a long morning here, but we're here and we're together. I'm glad to see you back on the morning news, and we're going to have unfortunately a dreary day across the mountains as we see what's going on this morning. Let's take a look and see outside the WYMT pinpoint Doppler radar, and you'll see a lot of green showing up on there, some yellow down to our south there into parts of East Tennessee, back into geo-stomping grounds, back down into Claiborne and Campbell counties there. Some heavier pockets of rain starting to move north, and all this is coming from the south this morning. So all that you see coming up from the south is going to be impacting parts of our region. Some visibility issues. Jacksboro, Harlan this morning, anywhere less than 5 miles is dense fog. Some of those sensors up on the mountains, and this is valley fog, so just be aware of that this morning. Temperatures, got a couple out there, Williamson and Logan, but everybody else is in the 50s and 60s. Looks like 58. Let me double check that. Yep, 58 Clintwood and Pikeville along with Wayne are our cool spots this morning. 62 in Manchester, 66 in Middlesboro are our warm spots. Actually 64 Jonesville and 63 Harlan. So we're right there around that 60-degree mark for the most part. A normal day for coffee with temperatures, but a little extra because it's Monday. But good news for the kiddos, this is the last week of school for a lot of schools around our region, and we'll see a soggy day today, so take your rain gear with you as you head out the door to the bus stop. Jim?
Thanks, Brandon. Unsettled weather. Lawrence County native Noah Thompson made people across the Commonwealth proud Sunday night, winning the 20th season of American Idol. The Garden Theater in Louisa was packed with nearly 150 people for the 3-hour finale. Midway through the evening, Thompson advanced to the final two, and the crowd went wild, and confidence that he would win hit an all-time high.
Oh, 100%. I know he's going to win, no doubt. He's just got so much talent. It's raw talent, too, and nothing can beat him.
Noah continues a legacy of excellence along the country music highway. Next up, he'll work on an album as part of a new record deal. Moving to other news this morning, COVID numbers are beginning to climb again across the Commonwealth. While health experts are not too concerned at the moment, hospital leaders say they will be ready if necessary. The Laurel County Health Department reported 16 cases per week in early April. There was 40 reported last week. Health leaders say most hospitalizations are the unvaccinated or those with underlying health conditions.
I do think that vulnerable persons need to pay attention to these increased rates of positive cases because they may need to take some extra precautions right now.
Health leaders say predictions are not calling for a surge in hospitalizations or deaths. They say people should talk with their doctor about whether vaccinated people should get a second booster shot. In the Big Sandy, Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation opened a new clinic. State Representative Angie Hatton of the 94th District, along with clinic leaders, attended a ribbon-cutting ceremony in Elkhorn City on Friday. Hatton said in a Facebook post, the new clinic will provide mammograms, pulmonary therapy, along with labs and x-rays. The representative says the facility will provide 20 to 30 good-paying jobs. As we get closer to summer, officials are reminding everyone to avoid leaving animals or children in hot cars. Officials say doing that even for just a few minutes can be very serious. Jim Stratman talked with fire officials about the dangers.
You can feel the summer coming. It's getting hot. And if it's hot out here, it's even hotter in there.
That every year we do get called for kids locked in hot cars.
Battalion Chief Jordan Sauce of the Lexington Fire Department says that since 1998 in the U.S., 907 children have died from heat stroke. And in 2018 and 19, the U.S. saw 53 children die, setting and then matching a record for child heat stroke deaths in a single year.
Their body temperature rises 3 to 5 times faster than an adult's. Inside a car, on a 70-degree day, it can be 115 degrees. And it takes minutes. It's less than 5 minutes, less than 10 minutes.
Sauce says that when the temperatures really start to get up there, even just cracking the windows to let some air get through isn't good enough.
Never leave a child alone in a car. It doesn't matter if the windows are down, it doesn't matter if it's running, it doesn't matter if the air conditioning is on. Children, they can work their way loose, especially if they're toddlers. They can lock doors, they can turn the cars off, they can turn the heat on.
Sauce says that most of the time children are left in a hot car by a caregiver. And a lot of the time, that's not intentional. But creating habits, things you do every time you get in and out of your car to help you remember, well, it could save a life.
Set habits for yourself to always look back. Remind yourself to always look back. Always ask yourself, where is the baby? But I understand that accidents happen. I understand that people get distracted. I understand that new parents, again, children under 2, sleep deprivation is real. And so it's critically important to establish those routines and those habits and execute them on a daily basis.
Reporting in Lexington, Jim Stratman, WKYT.
Officials say if you find the child locked in a hot car, make sure the child's okay, then try to find the caregiver. If the child needs help, Kentucky does have a law allowing anyone acting in good faith to break in to rescue a child left in a hot car. An interactive green space for the visually impaired is now under construction. The West Virginia Nursery and Landscape Association is looking to share what everyone enjoys about nature to those who cannot see it. The location is designed for children and adults with visual impairments to enjoy nature and flowers in a sensory way. The green space is being built at the Cabell Wayne Association of the Blind with their help. It's set to incorporate elements of play and learning.
I think they'll learn maybe a little bit more about imaginative play, and I think that they'll learn things about possibly what like different varieties of plants and what they like as a scent, like, you know, and they can decipher between those, and the feel and the touch in the sensory garden. But I think that the playing element too is that, you know, it's just physical activity, which I think all the kids need, just getting them outside.
The construction is set to continue on June 4th. People from all across the Commonwealth did what they could to show support for our veterans this past weekend. Local veterans in Carter County were shown some love yesterday. 20 veterans from across various branches of the military were honored with quilts yesterday afternoon. The Carter County Quilts for Veterans presented the nation's heroes with homemade quilts of valor. Those in attendance say it is a wonderful way to celebrate the service the veterans gave to the country.
My father served in World War II, and my brothers served in Vietnam, and I have another brother that was in the military, and I appreciate them so much, and I appreciate all these veterans in Carter County.
It just touches my heart to have them here and to be able to give them a little bit of how we feel in the way of a quilt.
The patriotic quilts are part of the nationally recognized Quilts of Valor Foundation. Carter County Quilts for Veterans has presented 373 quilts since its creation in 2017. Thanks for joining us and getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, we have some good news for all the coffee lovers out there in the mountains. We'll have more on that in just a few minutes.
And rain chances are moving in. Looks like they will stick around for much of this last week of May, if you can believe that. I'll track it out for you in about 3 minutes.